sounds like there's a snake just hissing in the background. It's something weird.
Oh, it could be. Hang on. It could actually be my PS4.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, I can hear what you're talking about.
See if that helps.
No, it's like a bushes rustling. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, I know what it is. It's my beard touching the microphone.
I was gonna suggest that, but I wasn't quite sure.
That's what it is. It's my beard touching the microphone.
Yeah.
It's
No, it is. Just his beard.
The face bush.
Is it not doing it anymore?
No, it's not doing it anymore. Are you sitting there just holding it?
I'm holding the microphone out of the way. It was my beard touching the microphone.
You gotta like sweep your beard out of the way. You like tie it behind your back.
Pretty much. It's
Jamie doesn't
How long
have those
is it?
problems.
It's all over the place. Well, I usually wear AirPods or I've got a Bluetooth headset, but I wasn't sure if it'd work.
I'm not even mad. That's actually funny as fuck.
So I just used my my old iPhone headphones, and that's where the microphone is, square in the middle of the beard. So
it's one of those setups.
Yeah. Okay, so this is episode 4, I think.
I think 4.
I've lost count already, and that's really stupid. Because episode 2 is divided into 2 parts. Jamie is not here today because he's sick. Something to do with hugging a toilet.
He's hugging a toilet bowl.
Unclear if that means he's sick or is just into hugging toilets, but is what it is.
Not doing well.
Alright, boys, go ahead, introduce yourselves.
You go first, mate.
I am Adam. I am one of the original admin of the group.
I'll see how it is. The OG.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
I'm Kyle.
Work in the shadows.
I shit post.
Shit post.
Occasionally.
Every group needs them.
Yeah.
Yep, and I am Aaron, as everybody probably already knows by now. Okay, so it's been a super slow couple weeks. Nothing really much has really appeared to be going on recently with no major... I can't think of any major game releases, to be completely honest.
Not really. There's a couple of quiet ones that Greedfall comes out early September.
Greedfall?
Wasn't it that Switch one you really been talking about, or was that Jamie? Astral Chain?
Oh, it's not there yet, but it will be, and I can't wait.
It's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah.
Well, yes, from Platinum Games. So, yeah. Well, that's out in the next couple of weeks, so I guess the news will sort of pick up a little bit then, but...
I think everyone's sort of keeping a bit quiet this time of year and then just push everything over the summer break, Christmas break.
Yeah, it's that calm before the Christmas period when everyone starts releasing games all in the space of about 3 months.
Yeah, you watch September and October. That's when it'll begin, and that'll just be... Like, yeah. You know what I did see, though? I'm not actually sure if it's a new game. Could be. Outer Wilds, I think it is.
Yeah.
Did that release recently?
Outer Worlds. No, I think that's October. I don't know if they actually announced a release.
Not Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds.
Oh, Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so it's kind of looks like Sea of Thieves art style. But
that is a really cool art style from that game.
Cool art style. I think it looks great.
I dig it.
So in this one, it's like a survival game, and what you got to do is every 22 minutes. Like so you wake up on a planet where the sun's about to go supernova, and every 22 minutes that occurs. So when it does happen, you wake up again or something. It's like sort of like Groundhog Day every time the...
Yeah, I was just thinking...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and you can go through the game at your own pace, but I think the idea is like to learn a little bit more about, you know, solving whatever it is they're solving. I'm not sure what the story is, but I think you're meant to learn a little bit more every time, and when you die and
every
come back,
22 minutes. Yeah, all right. That's a cool concept.
Yeah, it's kind of
Maybe end game is like breaking a chain.
Yeah, maybe. Couldn't say what that is. I watched about 20 minutes of gameplay and I was like, yeah, I might have a look. So,
that sounds good.
Yeah, I was. Oh, actually, the Sinking City came out as well.
I've seen clips, but I've never had anything to do with it. But it looks interesting.
It's Call of Cthulhu sort of stuff. Very Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sinking City came out and Call of Cthulhu came out not too long ago. So we're starting to see a little bit more of H.P. Lovecraft's influence in games.
Yeah.
Which we've seen a great deal of. I personally think the best Lovecraftian game out there is Bloodborne, but I think these ones are directly, like, they're not influenced. I'm pretty sure they actually take over some of his stories.
Just straight from it.
I've never played Bloodborne. I dabbled in Dark Souls, I dabbled in Sekiro, and I found out I suck at both of them.
Fantastic.
So
I've never tried any of those games either.
Well, I love those games. I've probably made it known.
I
have a
can see the appeal. I can see the appeal, but I also know that after I've been killed the 10th time in a row by the same stupid enemy, it just kills the enthusiasm for a little bit.
Just get frustrated.
Yeah,
it definitely does destroy your soul a little bit.
It's a little bit like I bought Crash Team Racing purely so that I could beat one of my friends at it. And him and I played for 2-3 hours. And then I was like, yeah, I'll keep playing. And I spent 4 hours trying to beat one race. And it wasn't even a hard race. And I don't know what it was, but I'll never touch it again. I'll never touch it again.
That's similar to when the remaster of the trilogy came out. And everyone has all these nostalgic feelings about it. And then when they played it, they forget how hard it was back in the day.
How much you hated it.
And it's still so hard.
Yeah.
Didn't they shove microtransactions in that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
There is microtransactions in Crash Team Racing, yeah.
Yeah, I saw something about like they just patched it in or something like that. So it was going on. I think it might have been Jim Sterling saying something about it. Like, did I have to change the rating of the game now? Like, because now it.
Yeah, they might have to actually. Yeah, because of the microtransactions.
Yeah, so like, how does that work, or is that going to be a thing going out from now on? You know, like you can put out a game, get it rated, have nothing to do with online or in-game purchases, and then patch
microtransactions
at a later date. Yeah. Like, is that a little loophole to get around?
That is weird.
I hope that it's not something that becomes a habit, but I can see that it would be a way around. Oh, we're going to have microtransactions at launch.
I can't work out why Crash Team Racing of all games needs microtransactions. I don't have it. Is there some sort of store? I mean, there must be.
I think there is a store. There's a lot of
different skins for your carts or something.
Yeah, there's unlockable skins and carts and characters and all that sort of stuff. But I think the majority of it is unlockable. Yeah. Whether it's one of those things. Yeah, whether it's one of those things where everything you can buy, you can also earn through unlocking, and it's just very grindy. I'm not sure. Because I dabbled for a little bit and then...
Okay, so it says players can buy items which include characters and various cosmetic items from the in-game pit stop store. Okay, yep. So you can actually buy characters as well.
Yeah. And I can see why that would be an issue because different characters have different stats. So... You might be giving yourself an unfair advantage if you're going out.
The way they could do it is any of these purchasable characters have like the same stats, mirrored stats as other ones already attainable.
Yeah,
but who knows? They could just get greedy and make an OP character for money only.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know.
Anytime there's microtransactions in a game now, it's very hard to be okay with it, I think.
It turns me off pretty much instantly, to be honest. Depending on what it is. Depending.
If it's all cosmetic, like Destiny 2, all their microtransactions are cosmetic. There is some stuff it's locked behind their Eververse store, so it's easier to get stuff through microtransactions. But it's just how frustrated you are and how much you want it.
Yeah. So my thoughts are that like with me personally, it's if I log into a game, any Ubisoft game looking at you, and then the first thing they do is say, all right, first I want you to sign into your Uplay account so you can unlock this exclusive skin and use your email here and then log into the store and then come back for a daily bonus. It's like, I haven't even made it to the title screen yet. I'm trying to push a new game and it's coming up saying, but what about the store?
Yeah, let me play the game before you try and sell stuff to me.
Whereas people made a big deal about Devil May Cry 5 having microtransactions in it, and to be honest, I was like, what the actual fuck? And then when I put the game on, I didn't even see the store. I had to actually go looking for it. Like, I didn't spend my money on it. I was just like, surely this game doesn't have it. And I actually had to go through the menus to actually find the store in the first place, because it didn't even attempt to push it down your throat. It was just like, if you want them, they're there. But
that's a better way of doing it.
It's a better way to do it. There's got to be a balance between, like, hey, we've got microtransactions and just go and enjoy the game. We're not going to force you to look at them.
Yeah.
I heard of a thing the other day that I'd never really thought of, that apparently some developers are releasing their games without microtransactions, letting all the reviews go out about it and everything, and then patching them in at a later date.
Patching them in, yeah. I think there is a couple that have done. I might have been reading the same thing, but it does happen.
That's a fucking slimy way of doing it.
Yeah, that's a very grubby way of doing it.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That's
if you're gonna have them, be straightforward. Be straightforward about it. Because if you do it like that, it's not going to change your gameplay reviews are going to be the same, but there's always going to be a footnote at the bottom of the review that microtransactions have been put in, just so you know.
Yeah, I think your point there might be
once they get all their sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't really, they don't read reviews more than once, so I guess that's,
No, that's true.
Right.
It's a problem in a lot of games now with the microtransactions, but I think there is games that do it well, but there's not many of them.
Well, I don't recall at any point them piping up and saying, no, there's not going to be any in there. Like, they didn't go ahead and do a Randy Pitchford with Borderlands and go, oh, yeah, look, no, it's not going to have a single thing in it. And then the executives are on stage going, shut up, Randy, it's going to have them.
It's going to have them in it. Yeah.
Speaking of, I've just come across that Borderlands footage.
It looks good.
First 14 minutes.
Yeah, first 14 minutes of gameplay. And I like Borderlands. I think the series is great. It's a shooter that just pokes fun at itself and everything else that it can think of, and it does it really well. I think the Borderlands series is excellent. Yeah. I think the Borderlands series is really, really good. So that's definitely one I'll be buying.
They had to replace the voice actor for Claptrap because he wanted to get paid for his work, and they were like, yeah, no. Because it was an ex-employee. So it was an ex-employee of Gearbox who was voicing him from the beginning, and because he already worked for Gearbox, they didn't pay him any extra, or they didn't...
Yeah, they weren't paying him again for another role in the company.
Yeah, exactly. And when he left Gearbox... I think it was. I'm trying to remember back. It was something along the lines of they expected him to continue doing it just off because he enjoyed doing the work.
Yeah, but you've left the job. Like you still need to be paid for your work. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they
should have been paid for all the other games.
Yeah. What was it? He also had assault allegations put on Randy Pitchford as well.
They probably need to get rid of him.
Oh yeah, they really should. Yeah, okay, so it says that he said he wasn't returning to Borderlands 3 because of a pay dispute. He insisted on getting paid for his work because his previous performances were on the house because he was a Gearbox executive. But when he left, they expected him to continue, and he's just like, yeah, no, I want to get paid now. I'm a voice actor, so like...
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
That's fair enough.
And then Randy piped up on Twitter and said there was no force, he wanted it and revelled in it. The issue is today he was bitter and disgruntled about having been terminated. So, yeah. Well, I reckon I'd be disgruntled about not getting paid for it.
It's just one of those things where it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the character is like one of the
huge
figureheads.
Yeah, it's one of
characters of the game.
The easiest to notice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Troy Baker was supposedly meant to reprise his role as well from Tales of the Borderlands in Borderlands 3, but Randy, I think it was Randy piped up and said, he doesn't want to do it, and Troy piped up and he's like, what are you talking about? No one even talked to me.
Yeah.
No one even approached me. It's like, I'd love to do it. What the hell? And they're like, oh, no, you said no. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, he just knew nothing of it. Yeah.
Probably just get some other employee to do it for free.
Yeah, that's probably exactly right. So
I'd say that's what it'll come down to. Whatever's cheapest for them.
Well, before, I guess, because Tales of the Borderlands was a Telltale game, I guess that Telltale would have been paying the voice actors, and now they're like, yeah, now that they have to fork out the money.
They don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never understood that sort of thing. Like, just... they're going to make you more money than you can... Like, you'll ever spend in 100 lifetimes. Just pay the people. Pay them for the work.
Yeah, not steal $12 million and siphon it from the company or whatever it was that he did.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So, in other news, old mate Ninja's left Twitch.
He's gone to...
Left Twitch.
Gone to Mixer, Microsoft's new streaming platform.
That's Microsoft.
He would have been...
I think it is run through Microsoft.
Yeah, Mixer is owned by Microsoft. So that's their own streaming platform.
So
they must have paid
and he would have been paid a shitload of money.
You would have to think there is a lot of money involved.
Because wasn't he raking in 7 figures or something a month just off his bloody subscriptions?
Just off Twitch.
Just off subscribers or something? That's before his sponsorship deals and, all that other sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So to make it worth his while, they would have... I mean, the number would have had to have been in the millions, for sure.
Oh,
because
easily.
Yeah.
He's got to attempt to bring his entire
tens of millions
over from Twitch to Mixer.
Just reading about it now.
Yeah, so I reckon...
It'll be interesting to see how many of his subscribers follow him over and how well he does.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, that's
to
the thing. I think a great deal of them will, but that's for those who can be bothered. I mean, signing up to different things, learning a new platform, like all that sort of stuff, it's a pain in the ass.
It's the worst part of it.
So you'll get his loyalists, which will be like 70% or whatever, and then you'll get the 30% casuals just clicking on somebody else because they're like, I'm not fucking signing up for another one.
Yeah.
So
apparently the move has been... I'm just reading an article about it now. He had an audience of 14 million Twitch. 14 million? Yeah, that's the last count when he left Twitch.
Yep.
He's hoping that dedicated fans will move to the platform and Microsoft will provide him with new opportunities that allow him to move beyond Fortnite. Because it's... whether you like it or not, Fortnite's starting to stagnate.
Yeah.
And I
think beyond Fortnite.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want to play Fortnite for the rest of your life. You don't want to play Fortnite at all, but...
Well, no, but to be honest, that's where his revenue is, so...
Exactly. I would nearly guarantee you he'd still be playing it for as long as he can.
Then again, when you got enough money like that anyway, you can just go ahead and play whatever the fuck you want, and Microsoft just sort of, here you go.
He's set for many lifetimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously worked. The Mixer app became the most downloaded free app in the App Store less than 24 hours after Ninja announced he was leaving Twitch. Ninja's Mixer account welcomed roughly 300,000 followers by the time his first stream had started on August 2nd. So
It's not bad.
before he'd even streamed on there, he had 300,000 followers.
That's not bad.
Out of nowhere.
It's probably money well spent by Microsoft, really.
Yeah, I can't even get 100 views on a podcast episode.
He's obviously. You'd have to think that the decision is to be more than just that guy that plays Fortnite.
I've never watched him once. I have no idea. Is he a charming dude at all? He's got to be. There's got to be something that brings him over.
For the amount of followers he's got to be charismatic. But it's. I don't know,
I used to watch him quite a bit back in the day before Fortnite was even a thing, before even PUBG was a thing.
Yeah.
He was a god at H1Z1.
Okay.
And he had a few records in that game, kill records, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when he was very vulgar in his language, swear at all these people on stream and stuff, and it was quite funny. But now,
before he
playing Fortnite, he had to tone it down. And actually, in doing that, he actually gained him a lot of followers. So it was smart to do that, and it worked out for him. So
I love that I just typed the word ninja into Wikipedia, and I got like 6 results for him before I got a result for, like Japanese shinobi.
Like ninjas.
Yeah. Actually, I read an article today. Apparently, PewDiePie, he was offered a deal to stream on Mixer.
Is he
and
streaming
then all
now,
of a
is he?
sudden he streams on something else.
Streams on YouTube. He just streams on YouTube.
No, he used to stream on YouTube. It's something else now. I can't remember the name of it. But apparently he said in this article, they say that he said Mixer offered him the money to stream on their platform, and then all of a sudden they said no, the offer's not there anymore. And then after that, Ninja came out and said he's doing it. So they obviously took his offer and gave it to Ninja.
Maybe because PewDiePie's more of a he made his fortune off Let's Plays, not live sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if that affects it at all, but
PewDiePie's had
apparently
way more controversy than Ninja.
So he does.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
he
imagine
keeps bouncing back though.
Yeah, you wouldn't imagine that sort of.
So it says here that he began playing Halo 3 professionally. So Microsoft buys him. He began with Halo 3 before H1Z1.
Yeah.
And Microsoft just bought him, and they want him to expand to other shit. Maybe,
and that's what
maybe Halo Infinite's coming up. He started his career.
That
Halo.
would be a
maybe
big thing.
It's coming out on PC too, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think so.
So maybe they're trying to bring him back to Halo.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can definitely see that. Hey, because it wouldn't have just been, hey, come to Mixer. It would have been like, hey, come to Mixer, and when the time comes, do this, do this, do this.
Oh yeah, there'd be all sorts of contract stuff that he'd have to do. He'd have to promote a heap of stuff, and because as much money as they'd be paying him, and it'd have to be
him to jump ship and go back to Halo. People might follow him from back to Microsoft's poster child, game.
Yeah.
Flagship game, I should say.
Yeah.
And they definitely would. To pick up 300,000 subscribers before you've even put a stream on.
Yeah.
That'd be, he's obviously got a big core of followers that are jumping on the bandwagon and following him around. So
I just don't get how people I don't know. I can't. I've seen these professional gamers what is that, Shroud bloke or whatever. I watched something of him when some of the younger blokes at work are into watching his stuff, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna YouTube it. I jumped on and I was like, I can't see what you're doing. Like, your sensitivity is through the roof.
Yeah,
I can't even see you turning around. Crazy. But you're getting 20 kills on the screen in front of me, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like,
how do you even do that?
He's known as the human aimbot.
That's actually ridiculous.
He started as a Counter-Strike pro.
Man, when I was
lots
growing
And
up,
he's
there
just
was
moved on full-time streaming.
like these people are like 20 years old or something like that, or these 21-year-old kids, like, you know, these people that are now streaming video games. Man, when I was bloody a kid, you know, I was a nerd for playing video games. I was a huge loser for playing video games.
Yeah,
Now
it's
if you're not
funny how
streaming
much
and-
things have changed.
What the hell happened?
That was total mainstream.
Was I born 30 years too early? Like,
How much people have like grown up around it now, and how it's
man,
Yeah.
if you told me, like in early high school or something like that, that millions and millions of people would be watching like people play video games on the internet, I just would have laughed at you. I'd been like, nah, not a chance.
and making money, and they'd be making
Yeah, making
large
money.
amounts of money out of it. Something like, I think Ninja at the height of his popularity through streaming, through subscriptions and all these sponsorships and everything, he was making like 500,000
Yeah,
to sit at home and play video games.
what a world.
Oh, yeah, easy.
And and it's gotten to the point where, like, you know, there's professional teams. My partner's cousin or something like that, I think it is, plays League of Legends or something professionally.
Yeah.
He's on one of the Australian teams. I don't know who he is. I can't remember. I've been asked this question many times before. I always keep forgetting. But either way, he's got like nutritionists or something and like psychologists.
Yeah. League
Yeah,
of Legends
no,
goes
it's-
crazy for everything.
That game's so toxic,
Yeah,
though.
and they
Jesus.
just fly around and
I've-
just play League of Legends.
I've never played it.
Oh,
I've tried watching it. I have no idea what's going
League
on.
of Legends is like, there's a lot of toxic gaming communities out there, but League of Legends for me has always been, it always takes the cake. It's horrible.
I think everywhere's got its little toxic community, you know.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
League
and
of
like-
Legends community. I got my incredibly toxic Dark Souls community. They're all out there.
Yeah, Dark Souls has always been bad.
It's like, there's a lot of memes going around these days that none of these kids would withstand the hate thrown around in Modern Warfare 2
No.
lobbies.
Oh man, like, so I've never really been a big fan of Call of Duty, not since the PS2 days. But I used to occasionally buy a COD game on a 360, and it was purely so that I could just put the headset on, turn the microphone off. I just listen.
Listen
Man.
to people, listen to everyone shit talk each other for
I
10
just-
minutes.
I just listened, man. That was good TV.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
that's,
Good terms.
there's some horrible people out there, but
You
you
really-
gotta laugh, you gotta laugh at it.
well, you're anonymous on the internet, and you can say whatever you like.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you get some little kid who's way too young to be playing the game screaming at you, and you're like, oh, I can't understand a word you're saying, man. You're splitting my ears.
Yeah, yeah. Young kids
buddy,
screaming into the microphone is never a good way to play a game.
listening to 10-year-olds buddy playing Call of Duty or Battlefield, and that screaming at you is probably what caused my tinnitus. So,
Yeah, it's horrible.
And also with very poor quality mics back then.
Oh yeah. Back when the only gameplay footage you could watch of people was like someone would set up a little camera on a tripod, or just
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had to just record it.
No screen captures.
Yeah.
Mom, get the camera.
oh yeah, it's, with the whole ninja thing. Titanfall 2 has been trending recently because of Fortnite.
Because they're ripping off.
Yes.
They're ripping off Titans.
So they added mechs to the game, and supposedly they're piloted by 2 players, not 1.
Okay.
It caused Titanfall
Yeah, so-
to trend on Twitter, and people are getting excited, going, "Holy shit, Titanfall 3's coming!" And then they're like, "Nope, it's Fortnite," and everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So I still play Fortnite quite a bit, and the way it works is one person does the movement, and the other person shoots the guns and rockets and everything.
Okay.
And a lot of the problems going on at the moment is in the solo mode. Obviously, one person jumps in and controls it, and then someone else comes along and jumps in the other seat, and then they get banned for teaming up in solo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's a little bit broken.
Yeah, that's a bit silly.
Yeah.
Need to bring a
Yeah.
one person mech or something like that in if they're gonna have that.
I'm just wondering if that's a little jab
They
at,
need to
Respawn.
just get rid of them.
Respawn go ahead and go, hey, here's Apex. It's a little bit better, and then they go,
Well-
we're adding mechs, like just little digs at each other.
I would still prefer Apex over Fortnite.
I played a bit
Any
of
day of
Apex.
the week,
so-
Yeah,
honestly.
I do now.
Yeah, I quite liked Apex.
It's- Not long after Apex came out, they had this very nice ping system
oh,
from
Yeah.
day one. And also the respawn system as well in the game to respawn your teammates. And not long after
Yeah, it's very
Fortnite
good.
rang out to both of those things.
Yeah.
yeah, and then Fortnite go ahead and like all the events or whatever that they have with all the random stuff. And then Respawn went ahead and added dragons or whatever the hell they were. Like, oh yeah, we've got events too.
Yeah. We've got this and we've got, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the Battle Royale games. There's only really so much you can do with them. Everyone's going to imitate each other in some way.
Yeah, there's too many. Like, I'm good with, Apex and Fortnite and PUBG. I mean, being the three, I don't hear as much about PUBG anymore.
No, I think
PUBG's
PUBG's on the way out.
Downward spiral for a while.
Yeah, it kickstarted its popularity anyway, and then, but I mean that was a fluke anyway. A couple of dudes just bought a bunch of Unity assets, threw them together, and said, "Yep, there's our game," and everyone went crazy over it. And they're like, "Oh shit, we better make it good now. We better fix the problems." Crap.
Yeah, I mean, talking Battle Royales, I've been playing Fallout 76 again. I know and it's like I'm gonna start out by saying Fallout 76 is still pretty rough. Like it.
Dude, I had the chance to take that game back, and I didn't do it. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
I went all out.
Kicking yourself.
A massive Bethesda fan. Like,
I am too.
I have more Bethesda tattoos than I'm willing to admit. Ready to go. All I need is someone to do them. I bought the Power Armor thing. I got the helmet, the whole works, and I played it for like a week, and I was like, "This is awful."
This ain't
And
it,
I took
Chief.
it back, and then my mate said to me, "Oh, it's $9. Jump on." Like, well, they've got a battle royale mode now, so I jumped on. I tried it out, and and the battle royale mode's fun. It's enjoyable for what it is.
But at least you got your money back the first time.
Yeah.
I bought it on launch, and then I played it, and then I went, "Oh no, I won't take it back." And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, "Oh, it's too late." And then EB had a thing where they're like, "Oh, if you specifically trade in Fallout 76, you'll get $50 for it."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
"Yeah, we'll give you your money back."
I should do that, and then I didn't do that.
You forgot about it.
And now it's just sitting here in front of me, staring at me like, "Don't you fucking look at me, world's biggest
It's one of
disappointment."
those. It's one of those.
Now a nice table
games
coaster.
where if you jump on and you play it and you just go, "I'm not going to." You don't have high expectations for it. Just jump on there and play it because it's a Fallout game, and it's still kind of fun, and it's good. It's really good. The battle royale's fun. It's a cool system. It's a battle royale game at the end of the day. But yeah, I like it, and apparently there is an NPC update coming.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not-
didn't get me back.
I'm not sure when, and like I said, the only reason I'm still playing is because I paid $9 for it.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Played $9
Still
and
gonna
playing it with a friend, so it's like, yeah, it's more fun when
Oh,
there's
yeah,
other people
yeah.
to
You've got
jump on
someone
and
else
play
to
with.
play it with, but I didn't have that,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, I'm sitting in there solo, and I put, a couple hundred hours into Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4, I loved all those, and then, so when this one, I was like, I don't
And then
need
this
anybody
came
else.
out.
I'm getting it
Yeah.
myself, and I was like, nah, it's going to be good, they're going to make it better.
No, they didn't do
like-
that.
They
Bad
made
idea.
what was it, when they announced the NPC update, they're like, hey everyone, we're getting NPCs, and that crowd at E3 or whatever was like, oh my god, and I'm like, I am not going to get excited or applaud you for adding NPCs to a video game.
To a game that should have had NPCs to begin with. Like,
I mean, every
At
game
least-
has NPCs. All of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of them's not Preston Garvey.
if they'd taken
Oh,
if
man.
they'd taken another year and said, all right, like do a couple of beta runs, and then have everybody go, this kind of sucks.
I do
And
love
then-
all those ones that are like,
take 12 months and redo it.
Yeah, but I love like the videos where it's just like Todd Howard just repeating over and over again, like it just works. It's just like all the glitch.
It doesn't. There's a lot of issues with it.
Dynamic lighting, and some guys just like looking at this like sunlight. Some beams are coming out of the ground, and Todd Howard's in the background just going, "It just works."
No,
but yeah, as you said,
76 was a discipline.
Some of those games with shit mechanics, a lot of bugs, completely change depending on who you're playing with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I can definitely vouch for that.
That's the problem with Anthem, is that no one can stay connected long enough to actually enjoy the game.
Yeah, well, that's true as well. Jesus, I mean, I love
that.
They cancelled their roadmap.
They've cancelled. Anthem doesn't exist anymore. Yeah,
exactly. And it's like they just abandoned it and walked away, and they're just like, oh yeah.
You see, people are still playing it, but it's not. Most people that I have seen playing it, they're playing it and they're posting stuff like, "Yeah, this game's pretty much dead."
Yeah,
I played the
can't do
beta with a full team, Jamie and a couple other boys. And it was fun. We're like, yeah, we'll get this. And then when the launch came around, no one sort of took that first jump and said, yeah, I got this game. Who else is getting it? And none of us got it, thankfully. But it was fun for a start.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the beta, but yeah, once again, because I don't play a lot of those games, no MMOs sort of thing has ever really taken me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave it a go as well, and I was just like, okay, this game is Iron Man flying, which is pretty cool, and then go to the area, stand inside the radius, shoot the things while something hacks whatever the hell. And
it had so much potential to be absolutely amazing, and it didn't even get close. It's just like, who doesn't want to fly around in a mech suit and blow shit up? That's amazing. But yeah, it's like everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong.
How did they mess it up?
As I'm playing that, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. Oh, stand around the thing so we can, like, some radio thing so we can hack it or whatever it was. And I'm just having massive flashbacks to like when I played Destiny 1, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna take me a minute to open this door. Keep me safe. And it is a lot of that fucking mission.
Yeah,
like,
it is a lot of that, and you know.
And I had people at work going, "Oh, you can't hate on it because of it's only a demo." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a demo."
But you can.
And they're like, "Yeah, it's only a demo, so you can't." I'm like, "Lads, demo is a demonstration of your game."
Yeah, if they're doing
what it is,
it's like,
if it's a shitty demo,
I want to buy the latest Ferrari, and they're like, all right, no worries, but we've only got a Holden engine in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess after driving it with the Holden engine, I'm gonna they said they're gonna put a Ferrari engine in it, so I'll buy it.
And you can sit in it, and we're going to turn it on, and it'll sound really cool, but you can't go anywhere with it.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to trust us; it'll be fine. I'm like, no, a demo is supposed to punch me in the face. Like, that's what a demo is meant to do.
Yeah, it's meant to show you the good bits, but it's meant to show just enough to make you go, I'm going to have to buy the full version of this.
And that's specifically like when you see a bunch of these E3 demos, for example. So it wouldn't surprise me if the new Star Wars, the Star Wars game is coming out, Respawn. That they've played a few times in the that we've seen online, and it's got like that 10 minutes of gameplay or whatever, and then it ends with that robot like trying to smash him in the face or whatever, and it just cuts out. Like that's how a demo should be, because it makes me go, no, I want to fight the thing.
Yeah, I want to see the rest of this.
Essentially, demos are just advertisements for the game.
It's an ad. It's a 10-minute ad.
Interactive advertisement.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And when you show me a shit advertisement, I can very much judge that, because that's all I've got to judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Notice Fallout 76 didn't have a demo, did it?
No, I think they
had a closed beta.
I think they had a closed beta.
I mean,
I don't know if I played. I don't think I played the beta.
What was it? 2 weeks before launch?
Oh no, wait, a couple of weeks before launch. Anthem. Yeah,
Anthem was like 2 weeks before launch, I think, and I'm like,
they should have done their closed beta. Had all those issues that they did have. Okay, like, sorry guys, we're going to push this back a little bit. We're obviously having. We need to fix it before we can launch the game.
They should
do a Sonic movie move.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have done so many things.
But you don't do a beta 2 weeks before launch because
you might do
all
like
the
a stress test.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
but the discs are
was it a beta or was it a demo?
No. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was a beta. Might have just
they did a closed beta like a month beforehand, and then they did the
2 weeks out.
beta.
Everything's already gone gold and
they did the
delivered anyway.
Beta like a week later, and it was like 2-3 weeks before launch.
Yeah,
and that was because I'd already mine was pre-ordered and paid off. And after the open beta and the closed beta, it's sort of like,
I do not pre-order anymore.
I do not know if I should have pre-ordered that.
The only things that I pre-order now are games for my kid because he is nowhere near as critical as I am on games. So, and I know he's going to love it. Like, I've pre-ordered a couple of Switch games coming out because, he's going to love them regardless, even if I think they're terrible when they do come out.
Yeah.
But for myself, not a chance. The last one I was tempted to pre-order was Sekiro. I'm like, it's from the guys from Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I'm going to love this game. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be the greatest game ever. And then I bought it and I'm like, fucking, this is not good.
You what, mate?
No, there was a lot of gripes about it. But I probably played more of that than I have of any of the other Dark Souls sort of genre. And I liked it for what it was. But
I don't think it's a bad game as such. I think it's I'm going to quote Jim Sterling here. It's a good game that I can't play.
Yeah, that's
so I recognise that it is a good game, but I'm not physically capable of playing it because it's like Bloodborne sped up by 3. And I've never been a parrier in games. I don't parry. I dodge or I block with a shield. I don't parry at all in any game, no matter what it is, Dark Souls or otherwise.
It was very, very parry.
It's parry heavy, is it?
It's extremely parry heavy. It's all about parrying, and I just can't get the timings down, and I just get my ass handed to me for it. So I'm just like, I just don't have the reflexes for this.
It's like all those stealth games. I just want to go in and blow things up. I don't want to walk around quietly.
Oh, there you go. I like stealth games personally.
Stealth games have their place, and they're fun.
I like the ones that you get to choose if you want to be stealthy or not.
Yeah,
like Dishonored.
Yeah.
Like so it's either you can sneak around and do everything for those people who do want to play a stealth game, but at the same time it's also incredibly violent and brutal if you wish it to be.
Yeah.
Actually, in saying that, one game I did like the stealth element was Far Cry Primal. Taking over camps. You can go and sort of, not guns blazing, but bow and arrows blazing, I guess. But I like to send in my Panther and take a few guys out and throw some rocks.
I think Far Cry Primal was one that did that sort of stealth aspect very well out of the Far Cry series.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it had to do the stealth aspect well because you couldn't. Well, trying to rush in and kill everybody was too much.
Was that before or after Far Cry got terrible?
It was. I think it was when Far Cry got terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's one of the more popular games.
I think it was between 3 and 4. Or it might have even been.
I think it was after 4 because it reused the same map.
Yeah, I remember having the same map, just old timey.
So I thought
between
3 was
4
excellent,
and 5.
and 4 I didn't really play much of because I was like, it just feels like 3, and I just finished playing 3. So
3 was brilliant. And I think the acting in the plot in that game was way better than 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked 4, and I thought 5 was really cool. But I think 3 was probably the best one they've done.
For me, 5 was one of the worst pieces of shit I have ever experienced in my entire life. and I hated every single second of it, and I forced myself to play it because I was playing it with my partner.
I liked
And
it.
I enjoy playing games with her.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, I hated that game so bad. I would never play that game again in my entire life.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I liked it, and I thought it was... There was stuff about it that was a bit silly, but I liked the game.
See, I thought some of the like the shooting up the cult sort of thing, that was all right. That was fine. It was just it's Ubisoft the game. Here's a map. It's now divided into 3 different sections. Each section's going to have a leader in it.
Yeah, it was very generic.
You know what I mean?
For a Ubisoft game.
You're going to have to kill people and do missions in order to gain influence in an area. And once you've gained said influence, you can then take on the leader of that area and then move on to the next. And I'm like, ugh.
That's their sort of cookie cutter formula.
Yeah, exactly.
Did the next one come out yet, or is it still to come out?
No, the next one is... Well, it's basically just an expansion of 5.
It just looks more of the same to me.
It's the same map. It's just after it's
post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I played randomly. My partner picked that up because she liked the cover because it was nice and colourful. She's not a big gamer, so when I was like, yeah, sure, buy the game, play the game, and she enjoyed it, and I played a little bit of hers, and I was like, you know what, I think it's the art style that got me. I was like, no, I'm really enjoying this Northern Lights during the day sort of thing. I'm enjoying the things everywhere. And also, I'm a sucker for post-apocalypse as well.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think New Dawn was probably better than 5, even if it was basically the same game with a different skin slapped on.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of things that they put in that I think they just did better, like that just played better than 5. And the same sort of thing, post-apocalypse stuff is always fun.
Yeah.
So it's... Yeah.
I like seeing the art direction of post-apocalyptic things like movies, like I Am Legend, that kind of thing, and
it's always
growth in cities and shit like that.
There's a couple of different ways they can go. Like, you've either got that really grey, like Mad Max sort of really deserty brown.
Yeah.
There's nothing there, or you've got something like Far Cry New Dawn, like Rage 2, where it's still that sort of
taken back.
Yeah, there's a deserty sort of area, and
throw
then
pink
all
on
the cities
everything.
are super bright and colourful. It's like all that survived the apocalypse was like bright reds and pinks, and so we're just going to cover everything in it.
Yeah, I enjoy your more. Well, realistic's probably not the way to go about it, but Fallout sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I say realistic, I'm talking about the buildings and things. I'm not talking about giant cockroaches.
We hope not.
Yeah, and then you get
the real things.
Then you get your Rage and that, where everything's pink, and then they haven't.
Rage was like, for me, Rage was Far Cry if it had been made by the people who did Borderlands.
Yeah,
they tried to make a game that was like poking fun at everything and like that sort of slapstick humor, and it comes off all right, but it's not great. It's not as good as.
Well,
it's
let's be honest. Nobody asked for that.
No, Borderlands has pretty much got that covered, and Rage 2 didn't really need to be done.
I've never played any of the Rage games.
I played a little bit of the first Rage, and I was like, okay. And then I picked it up again on PC because it was like $4.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really play much more.
I thought the first one was... I liked the first one. I thought the second one was a little bit over the top.
The sequel that literally nobody on the planet asked for.
The sequel that nobody wanted, but we got anyway.
Everyone's just like, oh, here's Rage 2, and everyone's like, what?
What do you mean?
There was a Rage 1, and everyone jumps on like the internet and goes, oh, that game.
Yeah, I liked Rage 1, but when they said Rage 2 was coming out, I had to Google it and be like, oh yeah, that's what that game was.
I wasn't into the driving sort of stuff, so I think that's what turned me off.
The driving in Rage 2 was absolutely It's so bad.
I'm not as mad about it now, but I was just coming off Fallout 3 or New Vegas, one of them, and then Rage was announced, and I was like, hell yeah, more apocalypse stuff.
More apocalypse stuff, yeah.
And then I think I was kind of mad because it wasn't Fallout, which is stupid, I know, but it was also from Bethesda, so I was like, hey, I'm getting more Fallout, and then it just was that, and I'm like,
yeah, but it wasn't Fallout. Yeah, it's Bethesda's answer to Borderlands, but it's not as good in any way.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to fill that sort of humor sort of thing, which is good, because like for a while it seemed like every single game had to be so incredibly serious, and there was no what is it like? So look at games like I know that. Yeah, all right, so Doom, for example, that's not comedy or anything, but like it's Doom, Wolfenstein, like those sort of games. They got that old school arcade feel to them. They're video games. Yes. They're not interactive stories. They're not.
Yeah.
And I love me some really good interactive stories, but like everyone's trying to push out the newest the new Last of Us story, or or everyone's trying to be Detroit Become Human. You know what I mean? These really serious stories,
super gritty and serious.
Yeah, and I love those, but I feel like at some point we've forgotten.
Can't just have them.
Yeah, there's got to be a balance.
And I get that everyone wants to essentially win that Oscar for video games, Yeah. Be that company that has the 5 stars and goes an award-winning story, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget how to... Like, don't forget the video games of games. We need stupid shit as well. And that's where we just get over-the-top crap like Doom, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Need more Deadpool style humor.
Yeah, exactly. And not every game has
taking
to
the
be,
piss.
Yeah, exactly right. And not every game has to be massively open world either. I'm kind of
no. I'm the first person to advocate for game. I think open world games are great, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of on the rails.
That's why I'm looking forward to this Star Wars one, because I'm like, I want some linearity.
It's linear. And,
so I predominantly play those massive open world games. So I don't finish 50 games a year. I might only finish 10, 11 because I'm playing 100-hour games. But in between those 100-hour games, I would love to have an Uncharted story, which is just straight up go here, go there.
Yeah, exactly.
A small amount, a little, maybe a sandbox level here and there, but no, it's just straight here to straight there. And then I'll go and play another 100-hour game.
I think that was my only issue with The Witcher 3. That is one of my favorite games, probably top 3 all time. But it was one of those open world games where there's so much to do. You pick your words carefully. There's so much to do. No, I love 100%. It's so easy to get sidetracked. I have to travel to here to keep going with the main quest, and you'll run into 60 little side missions on the way, and each one sucks you in just enough to go, well, I can do that before I do the main quest. And then you finish that, and while finishing that, you run into 3 more side quests.
Geralt,
I'm already over here.
Why have you not saved Ciri yet? There were some neckers. They were guarding some pants.
Ciri's 55 years old now. It's like, there's all this other stuff that I had to do. I do one thing and another would just pop up, and I had to do that too. I got sidetracked.
Fucking funny though. It was like, what was it?
When is TV show coming out?
August. Sometime in August, I think.
Sometime in August.
So this month sometime.
I think I saw something about it.
You're crazy.
I think I saw something about it.
I'm wondering how many people are gonna cry about it. It's not like the game, even though
people are still crying about it.
Every news article and everything is saying it's based off the books, not the games. There's going to be so many people still complaining that it's not like the game.
Says based off the award-winning book series or whatever, and everyone's like,
exactly.
He doesn't have 2 swords on his back.
Where's his fucking?
It's not.
Yeah, that's the main one I keep seeing. He's got two swords.
Yeah, he does. One's kept on his horse. No, that's fucking dumb. Why would he do that? Like, because in the video game, it was a convenience thing. They didn't want you to run backwards and forwards between horses every fucking time. Nah, he needs his two swords. It's iconic as fuck.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, it's fucking... And then, like, people being like, oh, he doesn't have a beard. And it's like, it's fucking... It is not based on the game. I understand. I thought the game was amazing too. It's not based on that.
I was so iffy on that screen test. I was like, fucking Henry Cavill, he looks stupid. It's not Mads Mikkelsen. I don't want to borrow this shit. And then I saw the trailer and the pictures and I was like, oh my God, I'm all aboard.
Yeah, as much as when they first said, oh, you know, Henry Cavill's going to play Geralt, it was like...
I'm like, no, not Superman.
Is he though? Or is he going to play Superman with a sword? But I don't know.
With a fake chin?
The trailer sold me on it.
Yeah, I'm not sold
The
on
trailer,
Jennifer's actress.
the trailer. I don't know. I think it'll be good.
The chick who played
I never got it.
Had a different part. She wasn't even cast as Siri. She was cast as somebody else, and then
Didn't the original actress for Siri pass or something like that? I'm sure I remember reading something about that. That she died.
Somebody did die, but I don't think she was going to play Siri. I can't remember. But the actress that they got playing it, yeah, she was cast as somebody else, and then I think I read something about they couldn't find an appropriate child actress.
Yeah.
So they're just like, hey, she is pretty young. Fuck it. And she's like, oh, I guess I'm Siri now. They're like, yep, you sure?
Yeah. Here you go. Okay, I'm reading it now.
Yeah, I never got into The Witcher that much. I played a little bit.
Fortnite.
Pretty much. But the show does look promising. I hope that all those idiots don't, downvote and give it heaps of negative views because it isn't a game.
I think when it comes out, people are going to be like, it's not the game, but...
You can't... That's the thing, though. You can't trust reviews anymore.
You see how swole Henry Cavill got?
Yeah, he was already pretty jacked for it. Man. But, yeah, he got shredded.
In the books, Geralt's described as, lean and thin. He's not a big dude, and then
he's too ripped.
And then they're like, Henry Cavill's like training extra hard. He's gonna be bigger than Superman. I'm like, wait, why the fuck would he be bigger than Superman?
He doesn't need to be bigger than Superman, though.
Like, Superman should be the biggest guy. And then you've seen him. With
There's another movie he was in, called like The Immortals or something like that.
Yeah, he was in that.
And
too.
it was fucking huge in that.
He was jacked for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had him with his shirt off in that scene in the trailer, and I'm just like, oh, that's why they got him jacked. Because they got to do the sexy thing
for this one scene.
They reckon that they said something about there's going to be a bathtub scene, but they wouldn't say who was in it, and it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They need that sex appeal
series.
as well.
That's a TV series from a game that I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think TV series would be better than movies in a lot of cases. You can do so much more with a TV series than what you can do with a movie.
Yeah, there's not enough time to portray a video game into a 2-hour slot for a movie.
Yeah, to put a 100+ hour game into a 2-hour movie just doesn't work.
Or even ones that they've had some
pretty
shitty movies.
Yeah.
I actually watched Tomb Raider over the weekend.
All of the Hitman
the latest
movies.
one. I don't think it was too bad.
With that, is that with I can't remember her name.
Alicia
Vikander or something like that. Yeah, I thought she did a good job.
I didn't hate it.
There
was a lot of references to the game, like to the reboot.
Yeah.
A lot of references. I felt like one of those sort of like your Indiana Jones, your National Treasure, that sort of thing. It just fits that exploration sort of genre, but I feel like those stories are usually always told in one movie. But they're kind of like that. You don't need to think about anything. You're tired after work. You come home. You just put on something and just watch her find treasure and dodge traps because there's no real thought. There's not a shit ton of story in it. It's just them bad guys. Me steal the treasure.
they're
story
bad, she's going to take the treasure off
You can
them.
see what's going to happen. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it's like a one of the ones that you can watch with your misso,
yeah,
sort of things.
Yeah.
Whereas other video game movies, it's like, no one's going and watching Assassin's Creed because of it's, like they're going to watch it because it's Assassin's Creed, because it's a video game.
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hate that either. I mean,
No, I didn't
wasn't-
either.
it wasn't great.
No, it
but-
wasn't.
I think the problem now with video games that get turned into movies is they've always been shitty.
Oh yeah, they have.
So then every time someone goes, "Oh, we're making this video game into a movie," everyone sort of goes, "That suck."
Well,
So you go into it expecting it to be shit, and then anything that it is, you're always going to find something to pick at it with.
I might just be biased
I mean-
because I'm a huge Michael Fassbender fan.
I thought he did a good job. I
He's
thought
a
he did
good-looking
well.
fellow.
And
I
if
thought
he
did well
doesn't
in that
replace Daniel Craig as James Bond, I'm gonna fucking flip out and burn Sony to the ground.
I don't
Is it
know.
Sony?
Will.
Yeah, well,
Whoever's in
that's
there.
my personal casting choice, and I should be personally responsible.
I can see him in that role though. He fits.
It should be
He
what
would
I
he would
want.
fit that role very well.
What I personally want.
Isn't? I thought the next one is going to be a female lead.
I saw something about that. It's,
Yeah,
I saw that too.
obviously,
So it looks
obviously
like,
not James Bond, but as the 007 character.
yeah, 007 as a character instead of James
I
Bond.
think I read something about James Bond goes fuck this shit and takes off, and then he comes back, and he's like, "Oh, you've replaced me."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're like,
whether
"Yeah,
there's
we
any
did."
truth to that or not, who could?
I mean, he's in
Who
the
can
movie,
say?
and it's called James Bond, so it's definitely going to be about him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it really is.
yeah. No Man's Sky is Beyond is coming next week, I think.
Yes, the VR update.
Yeah,
I started playing it again
Yeah,
about a month ago just to get my head around all the new stuff, and it's still pretty fun. I liked it at launch. It's a pretty good chill out game.
Yeah, that was my issue with it, that it just didn't go anywhere.
Too chill.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too chill.
I didn't play it, and I,
I
should
liked
have.
it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So
for,
what
for
happened
screwing
was,
around, but yeah.
they announced it, and I got hype as fuck, and I followed it all through its dev cycle, and I read everything about it, and I watched everything about it, and then the game came out, and everyone
It
trashed
crashed and burned hard.
And
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get it now because of all the stuff. I was like, there's no way. Usually I go, no, I'm gonna buy a game and make up my own mind. But this time around, I don't know, something just turned me right off it, and I was like, okay, it just seems like a huge failure. But then, yeah, after all these years or whatever, here's all the promises being delivered, I guess, and now they're adding VR support for it. So, I mean, my VR should be here in the next couple of days, so I am all aboard this train.
yeah.
VR support has been asked for since pretty much as the game came out, since VR came out.
I think it's a perfect game
Been
for
like-
it.
The most requested game for VR and feature for No Man's Sky, so it's a perfect fit. I think it'll do pretty good.
So I've just installed the update. That finished installing a couple of hours ago, and I'm going to put a couple of hours into it just to sort of suss it out and see how it is, and work out how to play it. And then when the VR comes, I'm going to jump in there with my friend, because multiplayer was another big thing. I'm not huge on multiplayer, but when it does come to multiplayer, so I'm not big on your competitive shooters and all that sort of stuff. I'm not very good at them, and to be honest, I don't hold my interest for that long.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Once I run around a map a couple of times, I'm over it. But multiplayer co-op sort of, when I'm playing with somebody, like as a team sort of thing, I love that sort of shit. So now that they've added it to this, I'm very, very interested.
So I'll definitely be in the universe with my VR headset on.
Yeah, I
so.
might. I mean, it's definitely looked into because I played it at launch. Didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it for a day, and then it was just kind of over it. But there has been a lot of changes, and I think they've been positive from everything that I've seen. So it might find its way on the list, but
we'll wrap it up in a minute. So
who knows?
The devs have sort of come good from what they once were. All the updates have been all positive, all free, no microtransactions in it. Everywhere.
Which, I mean, they almost had to after the way it went from launch.
Yeah.
So much hassle when they started it, and
I'm pretty sure Sony rushed them to put the game out. I don't think they were ready.
Me. No, they weren't ready at all.
who wasn't ready?
No Man's Sky developers.
No, they had no chance. And I mean, like, it's not like they had a massive.
No,
I think they had like 11
small
people.
crew. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like some massive triple. I mean, you know, it's one thing to go ahead and smash, you know, a very small indie sort of crew for not delivering on some promises, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. They're a small indie crew, certain amount of money, all that sort of stuff. When you get people like fucking EA and Anthem failing, like, it's a very different story. And I think that maybe some of these smaller companies need to have a little bit of slack cut. And the thing
And they
is,
do.
like,
They definitely get a bit of leeway.
I mean, who published No Man's Sky?
Beyond, I think. Published. I don't know.
The company's called Hello Games, but
Yeah, that's
it was backed by Sony themselves. I don't know.
Sony, but it released on Xbox and that as well.
Yeah.
Not at launch.
Not at launch. Okay.
No.
All right, fair enough. But yeah. So I can cut them a little bit of slack, especially when a couple of years later all the promises are there and all the and word's getting out too. The player base is getting bigger because the word's getting out that, hey, the game is fixed, come back, and people are enjoying it. Whereas you got massive companies with indisposable amounts of money like EA, and they're just like, nah, we're just going to abandon everything. Just, we've got your money now. See you later, fuckers. Like, what?
Yeah.
That should be a lawsuit,
See,
surely. It's got to be a lawsuit for that.
They should have been given more flack.
I think they
than
actually
what
got
Hello
done
Games
for-
got.
I think they got done for false advertising.
Uh,
I'm sure they were the first. The first company to get hit for it was No Man's Sky when it all came out.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to jump in and have a little look, because all the gameplay I've seen and all the trailers and all that, like, it's a very nice looking game. Like, it's visually very pleasing.
It's very chill.
We'll see how it holds up on the VR screen, but
What
it should
platform?
be fun nonetheless.
What platform?
I'll play it on PS4.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Might be too bad.
Yeah, mine is supposedly arriving tomorrow, but it's coming from Queensland, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a bunch of Zelda fans went protesting, started smashing a open world game called Genshin
Oh, yeah.
Impact. It is Anime Breath of the Wild, and
Okay.
by Anime Breath of the Wild, I mean it looks identical. Like, it looks like they've used the same assets or whatever. When you go into, like, when you go through your menus and stuff like that, they're the same menus. Like, your cooking, your weapons.
Really?
It's like,
Okay.
this is lawsuit. Like, to, like,
That far into it.
not only that, it's the same music and stuff was used as well. Or the same sound effects and everything.
yeah.
Like, I know it's China and China don't give a fuck, but, like, this
Yeah, they do whatever the fuck they want.
this is blatant plagiarizing. Like, it's, yeah, I don't even think they have developed a new game. I think they've got a cracked copy of Breath of the Wild they've modified.
Yeah, righto.
It's
Yeah.
the closest I have ever seen in my life to a direct copy. Like, they made it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked. I've put the article in the group. Maybe I'll draw some more attention to it and whack a couple of screenshots on there as well, because
Yeah.
see what happens. But yeah, so a bunch of people rocked up with their own switches and started flipping the bird to all the developers and that at the at the place. Someone rocked up with his PS4 and started throwing it on the ground and smashing it to pieces in protest, which I think is
because Sony's
a bit far.
promoting the game. Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't rock up with my, $600 fucking PS4 Pro console or whatever and start smashing it on the ground. That voids the warranty.
No, not worth it.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean, there's passionate, and then there's settle down, everyone.
Yeah, I can understand wanting to protest something and move against it, but why destroy your own property?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But everyone's got...
There's so many games and things there that these Chinese developers just blatantly rip off and be getting away with it for so long.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool to see them actually get caught out on this level.
Yeah, definitely.
But they're lucky to even have fucking Switches with Breath of the Wild on to begin with. I mean, they've only recently removed their third country. What am I trying to say?
Third party.
Yeah, the Chinese had their own gaming consoles with Chinese games.
Yeah.
Nintendo weren't allowed to trade there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Microsoft weren't allowed in. It's only very recently that they've even allowed those companies in. So.
Yeah. Which thing open it up with.
Yeah, speaking of Nintendo, someone found a copy of, what was it, Kid Icarus, I think it was?
Yeah, I think it was Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
A copy sealed.
So it was pretty much a mint condition, wasn't it?
Yeah, here it was, a sealed copy, sold for $9,000. I'm assuming that's American.
Yeah, it probably would have been.
Unopened copy of the 1987 game. Found it in the attic of his childhood home. Sealed game cartridge, complete with a 30-year-old receipt. And originally sold for $38.45, which is $86 in today's conversion. And old mate was like, nah, I thought it'd be worth a couple $100. And then, no, you're not worth a couple $100.
Skyrocket.
$9,000.
Yeah,
that's a big profit.
To be honest, it potentially could have gone for more than that, to be honest.
Yeah, probably way more than that.
There are fewer than 10 known factory sealed Kid Icarus cartridges in the hands of collectors worldwide. And it's even rarer to find a vintage game with its original tag and receipts. So it had its original price tag and everything on it.
Yeah, wow.
So, yep. I probably would have sold it for a little bit more. He's obviously, he's going on holiday with his sister or something, so he...
Yeah, I would have held out, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's... I mean, he found it in his attic. He doesn't strike me as a gamer or something. He just saw something and went, oh yeah, and then someone's like, I'll give you this, and he's like,
he's probably just trying to get rid of it. Yeah, whoever bought it for $9,000 will sell it.
But he just saw that money.
Or probably hang on to it.
He'll take it straight away.
Yeah. So in February, a rare mint condition sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers set a world record when it sold for $100,000. So
yeah, Kid Icarus probably would have sold for $9,000. Someone's happy about it anyway.
Yeah, someone's quite happy about it, and no one in his family.
I remember a
can tell him how
story. I remember a story recently. I can't remember what it was, but someone sold. It was like a Pokemon card or a game or something for a absurd amount of money and posted it to this person, and it got lost in the mail.
$1,000.
Yeah,
I remember reading about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000.
There's a lot of people were saying it's sure it's scam stuff, but I can't remember what it was. But
yeah,
some absurd amount of money as well.
Probably just wouldn't throw that in an envelope and away you go.
Yeah, I would be sending that today.
Yeah, probably would have organised some way to do it.
It's
something worth that. Surely you'd use a courier, or you'd pay, if you're going to pay that much money.
You'd fly it there yourself.
Yeah, maybe. You'd pay the extra money to look after something that's worth that much.
Yeah, you wouldn't put it in the mail.
Yeah, I mean, and it was probably just whacked in regular post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
$10,000 copy of Kid Icarus. I'm going to chuck it in Australia Post. Should be right.
Yeah. I'll put it in envelope.
I think it was insured for half the value.
They only insure up to a certain amount, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but one theory is that the delivery person, the company, saw
Yoink.
what the insured value was and just swiped it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's the thing as
Probably.
well.
It's something so rare that they'll never be able to sell it anyway. So
Yeah, that's exactly
No.
right as well. Because now everybody knows about it. They're like, if that particular car
Yeah.
ever gets sold, it's that's it. That's if anyone comes forward and goes, oh,
yeah. As soon as
because guaranteed, if whoever swiped it is going, oh yeah, look, I've got a copy. Oh, I found this card. It's worth this. I'll give it to you for half price. And someone will be like, yeah, I'm not going to tell anyone. I'll fucking take one of those.
yeah, stay nice and quiet.
Yeah. I think pretty much the last thing I've got is Donald Trump. It's the damn video games.
All the
damn
politicians'
video games
government bring up video games for violence again.
Yeah. So
At the end of the day, there's never been a time where I've played a video game and immediately thought, I'm going to go and shoot a bunch of people, run somebody over.
yeah,
It's
the
there's
same.
no
Whole train just
proof.
doesn't
There's no
exist.
proof.
They've done studies and there's been no proof on it. There. I just
Exactly.
feel like when you get people of, Trump's age, they're complete. I mean, a man like Donald Trump isn't sitting around fucking playing, Apex.
No.
They don't understand, and he's just looking for a scapegoat, I guess. We need something that's
anything,
not guns.
yeah.
We're getting paid
Anything
too much
to
by
deflect
gun
the-
lobbyists.
Yeah.
So
Anything to deflect the blame, they'll use it.
yeah, it's a lot of people that say that. A lot of them are saying, video games dehumanize people, and I'm pretty sure that's
No.
not the case.
Still, again, I've never thought about just walking up and shooting somebody because I played a video game and it was okay in the game. That's
It's everything from the Sandy Hook shooter playing games like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, Columbine, Grand Theft Auto and that sort of thing. There was one a couple of years ago which actually threw me. Actually, not a funny situation, but I laughed my head off. One.
Makes it even funnier sometimes.
you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at things sometimes.
It was because some kid went and shot up his school or something. When I read the report, and because they were blaming video games, one of the games that got the blame was Dynasty Warriors. And
he didn't go charging in there. Didn't go charging in there with a spear and start impaling people.
Yeah, I'd never I understand when people go, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, but Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, that seems like a bit of a stretch.
When you play
It's
some medieval fucking spearman.
Yeah, medieval hack and slash.
I'm like,
You can't.
what? They're like, they're like straight up. There was a copy of a video game called Dynasty Warriors found in the basement. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's who you must have done it.
This person has no fucking idea what they're talking about.
It's just people who don't understand looking for something to blame.
It sounds like a classic case of going through his room or whatever, seeing this game, looking on the back. Oh, this looks violent. This is why I done it.
This is rated. Yeah, this is
reasons.
rated MA 15 plus. Like he
Yeah.
must be because of the video games.
Well, it's because of the increased popularity in games now. Like when I was growing up as a kid, it was Marilyn Manson that caused everything.
Yeah.
Marilyn
it was
Manson was responsible for
heavy-
Columbine.
heavy metal music makes people crazy.
Well, I'm a gamer and a metalhead, and
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. So it's just people that don't understand.
certainly
Looking for a reason to blame something.
it's gun control is its own topic, which people sit around and talk about for hours and hours and hours on end until they come to a conclusion. But I think that even people on either side of that argument can all agree that video games are not even remotely the problem. And I think that when people our age get to the age where we can be presidents or fucking prime minister
when you're in a position
when our generation hits, maybe then we'll see a little bit less.
Yeah, well, you'd hope so.
Yeah, well.
Maybe we'll just start blaming VR games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
must be the
you know
VR.
What's going to happen there? Like,
Oh, there'll be people out
I
there
mean,
doing
think
it.
about it, because VR's in its infancy right now, so, like, wait
Yeah.
until it's, like, full-blown, like, the norm, like, and it's, like,
Yeah.
incredibly realistic in the next 10, 20 years' time. When we have Sword Art Online, things are
And,
gonna...
Yeah, there's going to be
there'll
a whole...
of course be VR shooters, and well, there already are now.
Yeah,
But
well, there already is. Yeah, VR shooters.
it's just a revolving door story. It just keeps coming back around and back around, and
yeah.
It's
There's
the same
always
dream.
going to
damn
be...
virtual
was listening to.
realities.
There's always going to be someone blaming something that...
melting the
Has-
minds of our children.
I forgot that I wasn't actually in the virtual realities when I shot the people. Okay.
Couldn't just
Yeah. No, that must have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all I've got. To be honest, I think we've gone for a good period of
sounds
time.
good.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight.
That's right.
So yeah. Hopefully Jamie won't be sick next time.
Hopefully.
Yeah. It's
Cry him off the toilet.
been a good chat.
Yeah. Oh,
And I'd probably plug the page, but everybody who listens is on the page.
is it on the page already?
And last time I attempted to plug the page, I forgot what I had changed the...
Hello, page members.
Well, hello everybody.
If you still
Anyone on the page should plug the page to everybody else. So
Yeah, well, we're at 2,500 members, so 2557, excellent. Well, there you go.
that's right.
Facebook.com/groups/Aussie Gaming Community. And yeah, and I'll whack this up on YouTube as soon as I can.
No worries.
sounds good.
All right. No worries, we'll end it there. Thanks, guys.
No worries, Rob.
Catch you later.